What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Tim Aslan here for Counter Trend Capital, and we've got a nice video for you today. I think price is at a pretty important level right now, so it's pretty much make it or break it. So I figured I'd come record this video for you guys. I know my last video was over 2 weeks ago, I believe, and in that video we were looking at the possible scenarios of breaking 29,000 right here, 29,489. And I remember in that video, because I watched it back just a second ago, and I said, yeah, guys, I mean, we have to break this last bearish fib. If we do, it's moon time. And look what happened. We went past the minimum target, which was right here, and we're still moving upward. So our long from this WXY down here is over 59% in profit. So if you're in our room, you caught that 59% gain on this WXY. And I remember this was some big FUD down here, and we just launched. So now the question is, what happens next? I have two scenarios that I'm really mainly tracking, and we're mainly tracking in our group. So I'm gonna just dive right into it. I'll keep it quick. The first thing I want to point out is we're starting here on the daily time frame. The RSI right now is, it's oversold. It still can continue to creep up. There is bearish divergence right now on this more local RSI right here, as you can see, as well as medium time frame all the way back from the 19th of March. And then of course this gigantic wave 3 RSI from our A wave. It's just super high. This was like the highest RSI in the last 400 days. So I do not think this will get broken unless we're extremely bullish. We do have a bull scenario that I will go over in this video, but let's just talk about the bearish scenario for now and what kind of we are expecting. So obviously this is an A wave marked clearly here. We have a WXY for our B wave, and now we're finishing up the C wave. So we actually have this C wave as an ending diagonal. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Elliott wave theory, there are a few types of endings, but the current one we're focused on is a 3-3-3-3-3 ending, which means there's 5 waves, but within each wave, they're subdivided with 3 waves. So essentially, most of the time, it's an ABC for 1, ABC for 2, ABC for 3, ABC for 4, and then we're expecting that, and then another ABC for 5. So they don't have to be ABCs, they can be like WXYs inside it, but for this case it does seem like everything is an ABC here. And so the way we originally figured out that this is most likely an ending was mainly from this wave 1 right here, because this is clearly not a 5-wave structure. I mean, there's a significant retracement right here from this A to B leg. So we're pretty sure that this is an ending structure, 95% sure. So essentially what we're waiting for now is we think that this wave 3 of the ending is in, and now for the wave 4 of the ending, we need most likely a 382 retracement from wave 2 to wave 3. So that would put us right here around 29,244, which actually nicely matches the diagonal channel of the ending diagonal. So we're looking for a 3-wave structure down now, which may be already in, like an A down here, a B, and then the C wave ending right here, like a 1.23 or a 100% move right there, which does match that 382 mentioned right here. I'll show you. So kind of nice right there. It could also move up here like so, and then we'll have a nice little ABC up there, creating a bigger ABC down, which gives us slightly higher targets, but all in the same range. So I would expect to look out for that this coming week. Once it does reach up here, we'll need a three-wave structure as well. So once we have this first push up and then we get the second push up, then we can really easily get targets for the fifth wave up, and we'll get something like this where one of these fibs will match the larger macro fib. And what we would do is very simply, we'd put our stop loss at the 200% right here, and we'd throw our short first ladder here, stop loss up here, and let me just show you this nice risk to reward. So stop loss up there, 5% stop. It's a little high. Usually for me, I like to keep it 3%. But once we get these targets, we'll really know. It could be a lower target like this, for example, and that would be nice. We would put our stop right here. So once we get that, we'll update in our group for the short areas of interest. And then because this is a macro ABC, you would really see this drop and break the lows. That's kind of what we're expecting if it does stop there. So, a 62% plus drop, or if we want to be a little more conservative, just to break the lows would be a 50% move. So we really want to catch this short, just like we really wanted to catch this long, which we did. Same with this one, because we knew that the possibilities of upside were huge. Now we know the possibilities of downside are huge. Now, we could get a bigger structure, however. So let's say that this does drop here. We get our wave 4, and we are slightly more bullish. And this builds something like this, boom, boom. We could get our triple wave up to this 1.618, 35,600. So we are going to monitor that, and we will really know once this structure is built. If it's a smaller 5-wave structure here, then we will know it's most likely this area of interest. But if it builds a bigger A wave, then we'll get our B and our C. We'll kind of gauge where to short there. But to be proportionate, we are kind of leaning more towards this one. But we will see. I think it depends on liquidity too. I think a lot of people are still shorting these highs. So I could see the market maker just want to wreck them all before coming down. Especially with these really big bearish shorts, they don't want the average person to catch it. So it's going to be a harder short to catch, I think. But it won't be if you are just laddering into positions and simply waiting for that. The other thing I want to mention on this ending is usually for endings, the wave 1 of the ending RSI has to be the highest. So that would be, right here. And we did get these highs taken out on the 4-hour chart on this wave 3 of the ending. But on the daily time frame, it's still valid, as this RSI has not been broken yet. And if it does, and still looks good, we will still take the short. But this is something nice to monitor right here. Now, another thing I want to mention is the bullish case. So there is a bull count of this scenario. So I'm going to switch to it right now. So this is the bullish count. And here's some hopium for you guys who couldn't exit at the top of the last bull market. Essentially, the bullish count, and I think this is the only valid bullish count, and I haven't seen this on Twitter. So a lot of the bull counts on Twitter have like some really weird, like they have this as a wave 1, then this is a flat as a 2, and then they have it as a 3, which is invalid. But this one is valid. As you can see, it's a 5-wave move up here for 1, WXY for 2, and then we're still building a huge wave 3. And remember, wave 3 has to be 1.618 minimum of wave 1 and 2. But in crypto, especially on like large scale time frames, wave 3 is usually 4.236, which would be up here at 61,000. And this would basically launch us into the next bull market, of course. It is possible the bottom is in. We do have some really nice divergences on the daily and weekly time frames. So this is something to keep an eye on, but I don't want to, really trust this scenario until we break this 1.618, right? C waves max target is 2.618, but generally we like to use 1.618 as a max C wave target. So we really need to break 35,900 with conviction for me to really consider this bullish scenario. Okay, guys? Anyone that's super, super bullish on Twitter right now, I think is jumping the gun. At least in Elliott wave theory, if this is a true bull run starting, I mean, we need to see some huge green dildos and some real fireworks starting. So until that happens, we are bearish. We're holding a long from down here. Some of us are holding longs from down here. So, we have hedges in place. But until we break this area right here, this 1.618 fib, which is slightly different on the Binance chart, but I'd say call it 36,000 to be safe. Until 36,000 is broken, I do see a bearish move happening. It's always possible that this is a ABC. Let's say we stop here and then we do another corrective down, and then this turns into a W, and then this turns into an X, and then we get a Y leg up. So it's entirely possible that this correction just goes on for the whole entire year and builds a bigger structure. That's also a possibility. So I don't want you to short here thinking, okay, gloom and doom, we're going down. I want you guys to short here, be patient, wait for invalidation. Let's see what structure this builds. If it's a big, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we know we're going to break the lows. But if we do build a triple from here, then remove your bias and let's re-long and let's have, some fun this year. I see a lot of bearish posts on Twitter still, so it doesn't fully make sense for me to break the lows yet. But these things really do take time, and we are in a bear market. So with that, guys, I'll post this chart on Twitter so you have it. I'll also post the bull scenario on Twitter so you have that as well. And I really wanted to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers on YouTube. We just crossed that today. So I really, really appreciate the positive comments we've gotten. A lot of support in such a short amount of time. So another thing I wanted to mention, guys, is March was our first month as a paid Discord server, and these are our statistics for the month. In future months, I'm gonna do more detailed statistics, but I just threw this together real quick. Obviously I'm still learning how to fully manage a group and get all these statistics in. And big shout out to H for helping with our spreadsheets. He's been crushing it on that. So we achieved a 68% unleveraged P&L. We all use 50 to 100x leverage. So really this is a 6,800% unleveraged P&L. And then our win rate is 72.5%. I think we took about 20 trades total. So 72.5% win rate is very, very good. Anything above 50% win rate, you should be profitable as long as you're using proper risk management. So the fact that we are, almost 75% is great. And then the last thing I wanted to mention too is this 68% unleveraged win rate. One of the biggest trades of that month was this long right here. And at the time of the month ending, it was a 47% return. And now it's well over a 60% return. So, that trade is still open, which is great. So I'm really happy to all the members who caught that. And, honestly, March was a pretty hard month. I'm not going to sugarcoat it too much. I wanted to trade more and alert more in the month. And I'm sorry to the group members that we couldn't get as many trades as we wanted to. But I mean, we've been in this like 7 to 10% price range for half the month of March, and it just made trading this so annoying. I know we caught like this short up here for the C wave. We've been scalping longs. Actually, Oyabun alerted along, I want to say this one right here. So if you weren't currently holding a position in that, we caught another 15% long right here. So we're trying our best to get as many trades as possible in the group. But I think this next one, this next short will be really, really good. We might try a scalp long for wave 4. And the reason why I really want to catch scalp longs like this is because in that bullish scenario, this could be, a smaller time frame, wave 3, and just moon. And if we are bullish, we should just moon. So catching a scalp like this will be very smart and beneficial. Anyways, enough with my rambling. This has been Tim for Countertrend Capital. I'll see you guys in the next video. And please like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and follow us on Twitter for the latest updates. And we'll see you in the room.